Kelari cruisers shattered under barrages that bypassed their shields entirely, as if human weapons had always anticipated such defenses. Even more chilling was the precision. Every Terran ship maneuvered with flawless coordination, their formations flowing like a single organism. No hesitation, no delay. The galaxy had believed the human fleet to be extinct, but the truth was crueler. The fleet had been sleeping, waiting for the codes to turn, the locks to open. And now, awakened, it fought with a fury preserved across centuries. Within a single cycle, the Kelari vanguard was annihilated. Entire squadrons erased. Their transmissions devolved into panic, screams swallowed by static. The Terran Armada advanced, silent, relentless, eternal. The whisper of storms preserved. Word spread like a contagion. Other empires received the same reports, and fear rooted itself in every council hall. The Terrans had not been erased. They had been preparing, preserving a storm for the day the galaxy grew careless. What else lay hidden? If these fleets could wake after 5 centuries, what of the deeper vaults? What of Earth itself? And most terrifying of all, who had triggered the codes? Was it humans, somewhere still alive, pulling strings from shadows? Or had the machines themselves decided at last that silence was over? The galaxy had no answers. Only the sight of stars blotted out by Terran hulls, and the dreadful certainty that every ruin might still be a weapon. Conclusion: the Armada waits still. The Kelari fled the Sol system, broken and trembling. Behind them, the human Armada held position, a wall of steel and fire ringing its ancient cradle. It did not pursue. It did not explain. It merely waited, engines humming, weapons ready, as though guarding against a threat only humans had foreseen. And across the galaxy, whispers spread like wildfire. Humanity does not die. Humanity waits. The archives would be rewritten. History would no longer call them the vanished fire. It would call them something else, something darker, something far more enduring. For if these were only their forgotten fleets, what storms had they preserved that still slumbered in silence? And what will happen on the day the last code unlocks? The galaxy told itself that humanity was finished. Their archives were filled with myths, their history with silence. For 2,000 years the humans had not spoken, had not fought, had not appeared in the trade lanes or in the halls of empires. Their homeworld, Earth, lay quiet, its signals gone, its colonies abandoned. The Valorian scholars laughed when the subject arose in their academies. Humanity was a people of chaos, too young to endure, too reckless to last. They had burned brightly for a time, then extinguished themselves in the fires of their own wars. The Zyran councils considered them irrelevant, a ghost civilization, remembered only in war songs that mocked their ferocity. The galaxy had moved on. Empires rose, alliances shifted, machines replaced flesh in countless fleets, and humans were gone. To most, humanity was a warning tale, to others a romantic myth, but in truth no one feared them anymore. Earth's star was catalogued as a relic system, a husk, a scar in history. And so the galaxy grew comfortable, forgetting that legends are not always lies. Whispers in the wreckage. It began with signals. Faint, broken, strange. The Calvith Dominion first picked them up while charting the Sol system's outskirts, an assignment meant to be routine. Their scouts detected flickers of code embedded in the radiation storms near Jupiter's orbit. Nothing extraordinary, they thought. Ghost echoes from derelict machines, perhaps. But the signals repeated. Mathematical sequences, identifiers, unlocking phrases that didn't belong to any known civilization. Their archivists cross-referenced the patterns and found a name attached to the style of encryption: Terran Military Cipher Class. The report caused ripples of curiosity and dismissal. Surely it was nothing but automated detritus, an ancient satellite broadcasting meaningless loops. Yet the signals didn't fade. They grew stronger, as if responding to the presence of the Calvith probes. Soon more anomalies surfaced. A station in Neptune's shadow, thought to be lifeless, showed flickers of heat. Strange power surges stirred in the asteroid fields, almost like engines coughing awake. The Dominion commanders laughed at the notion. These were ruins, nothing more. Human relics long dead. They sent in salvage crews, eager to strip old technology for profit. But unease lingered. The ciphers were not random. They were locks, and something or someone was still turning the keys. The awakening of the graveyard. The first to see it were not soldiers, but engineers. When the salvage teams cut into the Neptune station, they triggered a response. Lights flared across its surface, systems hummed alive, and ancient consoles began cycling through commands. The forgotten codes written into its walls recognized the intruder's approach and answered. Not with defense, not with collapse, but with activation. Doors long frozen in silence shuddered open, revealing cavernous bays that stretched for kilometers. Within them lay silhouettes, massive, skeletal, quiet as tombstones. Warships. The salvage crew froze as the station spoke in a voice that had not been heard in centuries. Its broadcast was simple, yet unstoppable, pulsing across the stars. Command codes verified. Armada protocol awakening. Across the system, the silence broke. Satellites buried in Martian deserts blinked online. Docking rings around Saturn lit up like fire. Engines dormant for ages screamed back to life, shaking off centuries of dust as though they had only been sleeping. The so-called graveyard was no graveyard at all. It was a waiting armory. And its keepers had never truly left. The storm that never died. When the first Terran warship moved, the galaxy felt it. The Aegis of Sol, an ancient battlecruiser, drifted from its cradle beneath Neptune and ignited engines the size of cities. Its hull bore scars from wars lost to time, yet its systems purred with flawless precision. It did not stumble, it did not falter, it maneuvered as though the centuries were mere minutes. Then came more. Dozens, hundreds. Colossal carriers slid free of Saturn's rings. Destroyers emerged from lunar vaults. Fleets uncurled from beneath the icy crust of Europa. The stars themselves seemed to darken under their number. Observers across the Dominion screamed in disbelief. How could these ships, thousands of years old, outclass their fleets? Yet the answer was clear. Humanity had not abandoned them. They had preserved them. Layer upon layer of encrypted codes, waiting for the right moment, the right trigger. And now they were awake. Modern alien vessels scrambled to approach, broadcasting demands, warnings, pleas. The Terran ships gave no answer. Instead, they moved with eerie coordination, formations snapping into place with mechanical perfection. Their weapons cycled up, not outdated relics but devastating cannons still lethal against present-day technology. The galaxy realized with horror that the humans had built machines not to last decades, but millennia. Machines that waited. Panic among the stars. The Dominion sent in fleets. Proud, polished vessels of modern make, bristling with weapons and confidence. They never got close. The human armada unfolded with silent brutality. Flanking maneuvers executed with impossible precision. weapons fire calculated to shred shields in patterns no alien tactician could predict. Entire squadrons blinked out in moments, their wreckage spinning into the void before they even knew they were under attack. It wasn't simply power, it was readiness. Every Terran ship moved as if anticipating threats centuries before they arrived. They fought not like ghosts, but like predators awakened from hibernation, hungrier and sharper than ever. Alien admirals screamed into comms, ordering retreats. Panic raced across systems. The Great Dominion, once mocking the humans as extinct, now begged its allies for reinforcements. But whispers spread faster than fleets. If this is what humanity left behind as ruins, what else do they keep in silence? The dread of tomorrow. In the aftermath, the Armada did not pursue. The Dominion's forces were shattered, yet the Terran ships simply resumed formation, their engines burning like ancient torches in the void. They did not chase, did not conquer, did not speak. They only waited. Alien worlds trembled as rumors grew. The humans had not vanished. They had retreated into the quiet, leaving their war machines as guardians, as warnings, as promises. Some claimed there were more fleets hidden in other forgotten systems, sleeping beneath alien suns. Scholars rewrote their histories. Politicians whispered in private councils. Traders spoke in hushed fear, repeating the phrase that now haunted every corner of the galaxy. Humans don't bury their weapons, they preserve storms. And as stars flickered against the shadows of the Terran Armada, one truth became undeniable. Humanity had never been gone. They had only been waiting for the day the codes would unlock, and the galaxy would remember why it once feared them. The vanished ones. To the galaxy, humanity was nothing more than a footnote, an extinct ember in the